First of all, I give God all the praise and glory on here. This is God's holy channel. This is God's holy channel. What I'm going to show you is Jesus' words happening. I received this message on August 14th, 2020 at 1:33 p.m. My son, many are not ready. This is a final warning to all God's people. Many are foolish and not watching for my coming. My son, remember when I told you that I was warning through fires and floods a while back? Yes, Father, I remember. My son, these storms or weather events are going to increase in frequency over the coming months, that not one person will be able to stand. My son, this is the beginning of the Great Tribulation, foretold in the Holy Bible's book of Revelation. My son, take heed and warn all that time is extremely short, and my coming will change all things, as those left will witness hell on earth. My son, once again I wish none to perish, but come to the knowledge of my saving grace. The clock is ticking down to chaos, destruction, and death. Yeshua HaMashiach. Come to Jesus today. The salvation prayer is in many places on this channel. Say the prayer and mean it in your heart and soul, and you shall be saved. Amen. Jesus is waiting with open arms.
At least 2 people have died in wildfires that are burning across Oregon. The Riverside fire has scorched more than 40,000 acres near the city of Estacada. Mandatory evacuations are underway, with residents being told to leave immediately. Now, in the town of Medford, the Almeda fire destroyed homes and melted cars overnight. Fire officials say this wildfire season is unlike anything that state has seen in recent memory.
Now, next, we turn to these shocking wildfires on the US West Coast. We know at least 7 people have died and tens of thousands of people have had to evacuate. And we're seeing some terrifying and extraordinary images coming into us. This is the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. The smoke and ash has turned the sky that apocalyptic shade of orange. Here's one resident.
11:15. Crazy. 11:15 in the morning, and it's like the middle of the night almost.
This graphic, tweeted by the state's firefighting agency, CAL FIRE, is also helpful. There have been more than 7,500 fires, it tells us. And remember, September and October are the most serious months, so these are early days. Well, this is what it looks like on the map, also from CAL FIRE. The agency says there are around 3 million of the state's 12 million homes at high risk, and that over 2 million acres have already been affected in total.
Dozens of wildfires are burning from Washington state all the way down to Mexico. At least 26 people have been killed and more than 1 million hectares have been scorched. As Jennifer Johnson explains, firefighters are struggling to get the wildfires under control.
The familiar glow of orange, a daily nightmare for millions of residents in Washington state, Oregon, and California. Hundreds of out-of-control wildfires are scorching the land, leaving death and destruction behind. Oregon officials are preparing for mass fatalities. Dozens of people are missing. At least 500,000 residents have been told to leave their homes. The infernos are wiping out entire communities. After the Bear Fire tore through Berry Creek, California, there was nothing left of the town's school, firehouse, and its only market. Firefighters say they are facing the most explosive blazes they have ever seen and warn the land is so dry, these fires could burn well into the winter months.
The lack of rain this year has caused a severe drought, which makes it easier for the fires to spread. Like in the central province of Córdoba, where at least 14,000 hectares have burned. The governor declared the area a disaster zone.
Clouds of smoke in Brazil's Amazon are a common sight during the dry season. But this week, they have grown, and fires are spreading into untouched areas. During the first week of September, more than 8,000 fires were reported in this part of the Amazon. That's twice the number of fires registered during the same period last year. More worrying still, A quarter of the major blazes have spread to the virgin rainforest.
In Karachi, floods batter the city, plunging Pakistan's financial capital into chaos.
Floodwater has covered these streets in Umdom in Sudan's capital, Khartoum. Homes were abandoned as water from the Nile filled them, making them uninhabitable. More than 100,000 homes have been partially or completely destroyed. A 3-month state of emergency has been announced by the government, and the country is now a natural disaster zone. This isn't the first time the Nile has flooded its banks, but those affected say it's the worst they've ever seen. Sudan's government says at least 500,000 people have been forced out of their homes as a result of the Nile's unprecedented rise in levels.